Keep it going.
We can't see.
Atta baby.
Oh,
look at how bright it is out.
I'll be able to see. You just don't can't
Yeah.
see anything.
We got one windshield wiper on my side and none on his. Well, that's nice. It's like I'm wearing sunglasses and you're not.
Yeah. It's for you.
This is making it really strange to drive. Okay, hey, look! We can see! well freaking done, Mina. Dang it.
Oh, man.
It's so nice.
It's 2, not 8.
Oh, much better.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, we bought a truck.
Yeah.
Guys, I screwed up. I bought a new truck and I didn't even see if it could do a burnout before I bought it. But before we do a burnout, let me tell you a little bit about the truck. But before I tell you about the truck, I have to tell you about the new t-shirts because this is how we make our money to keep doing what we are doing. This is the best way to support the channel. This is the best way to tell your friends that you are an idiot. That was a terrible sales pitch. So I've had Old Faithful here for about 7 years now, and I've put 90,000 miles on it. It has Hyundai Veloster bucket seats, which will go in the new one, and it has developed this really strange misfire. Eventually, it will die. It runs like this for probably about 2 minutes, and then completely gives up. During chasing the misfire, I was like, well, this would be a good time to swap my truck. So I started looking at, you know, all the prices for a swap kit and everything that I would need to swap that truck. And in that process, I stumbled upon this. Sorry, we got a birthday party today. So this used to be a manual. I still have a clutch pedal down there, which is really cool. So this is really hard to shift because this cable here is kind of rubbing. This is the only part of the swap that was not done really well. I mean, it works fine. It's just kind of it's not quite finished. The rest of the swap is freaking perfect. So this has a Walbro 255. See, and sometimes it's not in park, so it won't start. Walbro 255 stage 2 sloppy cam with springs and lifters. And the swap was done really well. All the wiring was hidden underneath the engine cover. ECU's over there. I mean, nothing. The only thing that I'm going to switch out is the radiator, because this is a stock radiator that feels a 4-cylinder. And that radiator pipe, I'm going to get a factory 5.3 Colorado radiator pipe, and that should do it. But other than that, it's just a freaking 5.3, and it sounds delicious. Oh yeah, the gas gauge doesn't work, but J&S, the guys I bought all the parts from the Jeep from, they have a fix for it, so I just got to find time to go over there. So I'll show you. This is kind of, it comes out of park easier than it goes into park, so that's reverse, neutral, drive. That doesn't work. New car scent. So the rear diff has a spool in it, which basically makes the rear diff act as if it's welded. So on turns, you can see it kind of chop, 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 chop. So I've been taking really wide turns. But the guy that owned it before me was not selling it, and his intentions were to make a full race truck out of it. So as it sits up here at altitude, it ran a 15.6 with a really bad 60 foot. He had a 2.4 60 foot. I'm assuming it was a 50 shot. He went 13.6 with a similar 60 foot, but he was telling me that on a 100 shot, it'd probably go 12s. So that's why I'm assuming he only did a 50 shot. My old Colorado ran a 17.2, so 2 seconds is quite a bit of noticeable difference. But the cam's big enough to where the low end is pretty doggy, but then on the top end it really picks up. Chop, 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 chop. That's kind of annoying. I'd like to switch that out for an LSD, but I don't know what the check engine light is for. I'll be totally honest with you. Got a little squirrely. So I mean, for what it is, it's way more fun than what mine was. I'm in love with it. It gets terrible gas mileage. I just filled up and calculated, and on this tank I got 12 miles a gallon, which is a little bit worse than the 22 that my white truck got. But it is what it is. This is kind of cool too. It's a 3D printed vent cutout to hold a gauge, so that's oil pressure. Other than that, the interior is very normal and boring and clean, which is more than I can say about mine. In the front, these are stock spare tire wheels to something, but they look really good, so I'm cool with it. Brake calipers are yellow. Stock springs, we got headers. The springs up front have been cut. It still rides really, really good, so we can mess with that later. The rear has 3-inch lowering blocks. Very freshly done there. The back tires are Nitto 275s. Some knockoff Rotogrid looking wheel. I'm not a wheel man. So mine is lowered 4 inches in the front, 4 inches in the rear. So this is probably about 3 inches in the front, 3 inches in the rear, which is better because this thing scrapes on everything because of some sub-member support stuff that sits like 3 inches lower than the rest of the truck. The roof is starting to do some weird cracking. The body's got, you know, random scratches and blemishes, but overall it's significantly cleaner than mine. There's one dent right there I want to get pulled. I love it. I love how it sits, everything about it. Let's go see if the truck can do a burnout. So in the process of trying to figure out if we could fix my misfire, you know, I was like, well, this would be a good time to do a swap. I made a post on Facebook and this dude got a hold of me. The engine, trans, and ECU are all from a 2009. So that's probably like a $2,500 swap. The wiring harness that's in that truck is $1,500. The swap mounts are $700. So for me to do what's in that truck to my truck is, you know, probably between $5,000 and $6,000 worth of parts. And I didn't have to do any labor on this, and the truck is cleaner. So in my mind, it made more sense. And at the end of the day, I could daily that thing for another 10 years. I mean, it's basically a stock Silverado in a little body. So that's why I did that. Let me fill you guys in on what's been going on here, because the last 3 videos have been of me in a Civic, which we are racing tomorrow and Sunday. So if you didn't watch those videos, you should, because we made a lot of power and it's pretty cool. So let me fill you in on what's going on with the Bug and what's going on with the Jeep. And then we'll get you out of here because no one wants to hear me talk any more than you have to, which I don't blame you. We bought this piece of junk from Harbor Freight. It is not intended to bend pipes for roll cages, but it was 150 bucks and it's gonna accomplish what I want to accomplish. So I'm not gonna really explain this to you, just have faith in me. It's pretty far away from actually being finalized, but the idea is officially finally there. And that's what I've been fighting for the last 3 weeks. Poor C5 quarter Veep. Months ago, I bought a ton of parts for it for the fuel system. Everything we need, start to finish, fuel system. We are waiting on some finances for Holly and a water to air intercooler. I have been really busy with Hydro Dip work. I'm not trying to bore you guys. I'm just filling you in on what's been going on because I haven't made any progress really that I've been wanting to. So this is my 4th week. 4 weeks ago, I quit my day job, and I've had so much hydro dipping to do that it's been absolutely bananas. So those are earth roamer things. I've done that was for out of state. This for a guy. That's for a guy. A bunch. Everything in this room was filled. It's still an absolute mess. Can-Am parts, door, like just a really, really awesome amount of work. But it's been a lot of work, and so I haven't had time to do things on that. So the plan is, according to Brent, this is going to be up there in a month. But mechanically, it's ready to roll. I have to finish the front end. I got that rear deck lid piece so we can fill the exhaust hole down there that I kind of did poorly. And then I'm not, so on the Jeep, I spent like 3 months doing body work. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna do a skim of some body filler and sand her down and then shoot it. I'm not gonna tell you the paint scheme yet because if I'm being honest, I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I have an idea, but it's not, you're gonna like it or you're gonna hate it, but it's gonna be done. So this is what we got going. 1 month, that's gonna go up there. I have another K20 in the Civic Si that's sitting out back. That one should not make more than 350 horsepower before it blows. So we're gonna shoot for like 3 and hopefully get a couple runs out of it before it says I hate you. And then we're gonna grab that other one, drop that in there, and that one should be safe. We could probably make 450 on that one really safely. So that'll be the plan for that. Jeep needs a lot, but like everything is really, really starting to come. The Jeep doesn't need a lot. I need a roll cage, I need a windshield, we need parts. And then once all the parts are here, honestly guys, it'd probably be like a solid week of work and this thing would be up and going. So we're getting, everything is gonna snowball and we're getting really dang close to really having like a fleet of vehicles. Mina Civic is running. We got a 5.3 swap Colorado. The Bug's running. The Jeep's really close. Like everything, we're gonna have an actual car channel. It'd be so crazy. So that's what I got. Got a new daily. I freaking love it. I'm gonna try not to break it. Let's see. We're racing Mina Civic tomorrow and Sunday. If you did not watch those videos, go watch it because we made a lot of power. We also blew up a motor. We made 744 and it went kapowie. So go check that out. Get caught up because then we're gonna race. He's shooting for a 10-second pass. I got to clear coat some stuff. Mina's on his way here for me to weld some stuff for his headlight because we'll explain that next video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.